President Obama is in France. He's attending an international climate conference. Within an hour of landing in Paris, President Obama made an impromptu stop early morning at the Bataclan Theatre, one of the sites targeted by terrorists in the deadly Paris attacks earlier this month. He was accompanied by the French president, Mr. Hollande, as well as the Parisian mayor, Anne Hidalgo. Obama had a moment of silence. He put his head down. He laid a white rose, just one flower. This site, the Bataclan, was actually the deadliest site where we saw 130 people die in those attacks. So we're talking just 2 weeks after these attacks. We're seeing all these leaders come together in Paris for this climate conference. So Obama's there. He's trying to, he's aiming at securing a deal with the world to make sure that, we keep the world at a good climate. A lot of weight on his shoulders there. But he's saying that, this fight against ISIS will definitely will be looming large over these talks, given that they're in Paris. Last week, the president said that the climate conference would serve as a powerful rebuke to the terrorists. Obama said in a post on his Facebook he made a very good point. He said it's an opportunity to stand in solidarity with our oldest ally, just 2 weeks removed from the barbaric attacks there, and reaffirm our commitment to protect our people and our way of life from terrorist threats. It's also an opportunity for the world to stand as one and show that we will not be deterred from building a better future for our children. So, very, very strong message to terrorists around the world, namely ISIS, saying that, you guys come here, you do a barbaric attack, as Obama put it, and we don't care. We're still going to have our climate change summit. We'll just have heightened security, but we're still going to do our thing. Yeah,
it was something that was echoed by many of the dignitaries that attended the opening for the COP21 conference, where they all share this idea of condemning the terror attacks, but at the same time showing the world that the fact that all these luminaries and all these presidents are there talking about the need for us to agree on something to prevent the world from heating up 2 Celsius degrees in the next 80 years, it's a strong signal to the terrorists that we won't stop, that we won't live on fear, and that we are actually worried about the planet in the future because they're not necessarily the winning team. So I think that was the framework where most of the presidents and negotiators receive and have these words of encouragement to everybody.
Yeah, climate is definitely the main topic here, but on the sidelines there's going to be some discussions going on. The Turkish president, he came out and said he might want to speak with Putin about a few things on the sidelines, and also Hollande and Obama are going to sit down and have a private dinner in Paris before Obama leaves, and they're going to talk about climate change privately as well as fighting ISIS and the global threat of terrorism as a whole. So here we see our president finding the time on his very, very busy and I'm sure overly packed scheduled business trip in Paris, finding the time to lay a rose and pay his respects to the victims of the Paris attacks.